All right. So thanks everybody for being here. I'm excited to see all of y'all, or at least your black boxes on the screen. We always start our meeting, as most of y'all know, with just updates and any activities or events or anything that y'all want to share with the group. So we'll start with that. And then after we've done that, we have a speaker today. Layla Wright's going to share with us. So I will open the floor for any events, activities, announcements, whatever y'all want to share with the full group.
I can start. As you guys have noticed, I'm a new face. My name's Corey Johnson. I just started 2 weeks ago as the new Northeast Tennessee Regional Director for the Tennessee Suicide Prevention Network. So I'm excited to get plugged in all the counties in the 8-county region here. Excited to meet you guys. I see some familiar names and faces on here. Most recently, I worked at the United Way in Kingsport, and before that, I was a middle school youth director for about 6.5 years. So I'm excited to bring all my previous experience into the role and to learn from you guys. So nice to meet you all. Look forward to working with you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ashley Arnold with Tennessee Voices Survivor Connection Program. We are currently accepting referrals for the program. It's a 90-day program, and we work with victims of crime across the state. I'm also QPR certified to teach QPR. So if anyone is interested in attending a class, it's 1 hour, and you do get a certification. So all my information is in the chat. Thank you.
Hey everyone, I'm Kathy Campbell with Northeast Community Credit Union. I wanted to invite you all to come to our monthly network meeting. We meet on the first Wednesday of every month at 8 a.m. at the Chamber of Commerce in Elizabethton. And it would be a great opportunity for you to come and tell the community about what you do. And we even have slots for 10-minute speakers if you'd like to, really have a in-depth little speech for us and let everybody know about all the wonderful things y'all are doing. Thank you.
Hi, I'm new to the group. My name is Sheila Miller. I'm the team lead for Omni Community Health in Johnson City. We serve our community by providing therapy, med management, PCIT, care coordination, among other things. We are accepting new referrals right now, and we take all Blue Care. No commercial right now, but that's in the works. But we do take all 3 Blue Care.
My name is Taylor Street. I'm with the Community Coalition Against Human Trafficking. I'm in the role of Community Care Liaison. We accept referrals for youth or adults who are being trafficked or are suspected to be in trafficking. So if there's any way that I can connect with you guys or you guys need any help or resources, just reach out and let me know. I'll put my email in the chat.
This is Jeremiah Lovelady with Region 1 Lifeline Peer Recovery Coordinator. March 8th, which is a Friday, from 12:30 to 4:30 at the Elizabethton Library. We're going to do a Day of Hope event. It's a collaborative effort with Carter County Drug Coalition, Inside Alliance, which is Washington County's Drug Coalition, Lifeline, and Hybrid Lifeline, and several others. But anyways, it's going to be a big event, and it's just to provide resources and hope to those suffering with mental health or substance use issues. So if you would like to be a part of that, reach out to me. My information's in the chat, and I'm not sure if Jennifer Street's on here or not, but also she can help with that, or Jillian. We'll put her on the spot. Why not? So if you're interested in being a part of that, setting up an information table, or just coming out and hanging out, or you have some ideas for it, I think there's a flyer. If I can get it put in the chat, I will. If someone else knows how to do that, you'd be awesome for doing it. That's it. That's what I got.
I'll just say a quick hello. I'm Emily Flores. I'm a pharmacist at the College of Pharmacy at ETSU, and I have Caitlin Green with me today. She's a pharmacy student. I work in rural and underserved care here at the College of Pharmacy. I also work with ETSU's Center for Cardiovascular Risk Research. And of course, we work with some of the different pharmacies in the Carter County region. So I'm excited to hear all of the wonderful work that you all are doing and be a resource at any time that I can be. Thank you.
Good afternoon. This is Tabitha Edwards with Recovery Resources. We run men's recovery living across the Tri-Cities area. We have now 10 houses in Sullivan, Washington, and the most exciting news is that we just opened a brand new home for 14 men in Carter County. So we are incredibly excited to be moving into Carter County. If you can't tell, I am a Carter County native by my southern drawl. But we're really, really excited to be able to bring our program there. The home will hold 14 men, and we've got 6 men who have transitioned into that home already, who are getting it set up and ready to roll. They will receive all of the same programming and services that the other homes receive across the county. We partner with anyone who will partner with us to help support our guys. So if you have a resource in Carter County that you feel would be beneficial to those men coming out of incarceration and recovering from substance abuse, misuse, and disorder, please reach out to me. My contact information is in the chat. I'm happy to talk about how we could partner to serve those men. Thank y'all. Oh, wait. We also have a fundraiser coming up in February on the 24th. We're going to be doing the Polar Plunge. We have some fantastic individuals who are willing to jump in the icy cold water of the Nolichucky to help us raise money for our program. So if you are willing to support that, please come out. You can find it on Facebook under RRTN Second Annual Polar Plunge. And we're excited to see the community come out and support us for that. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Emily. I'm with Coordinated School Health for Elizabethton City Schools. I had mentioned a little bit before, and I think we spoke to a CCC that Elizabethton City Schools is getting a family resource center, tentatively, hopefully opening August next school year. And we're already kind of getting started. So we're going to have a family resource center advisory council meeting. Those happen twice a year. And we're going to have our first one on February 29th from 6 to 7 p.m. at Elizabethton High School. I'll put a flyer in the chat, and then I'll be sending it to Tyler to make sure it gets out several times before the meeting. But we would love any community stakeholders that work with families that go to Elizabethton City Schools to please come to our advisory council meeting. It's just going to help us get started to see what our priority areas need to be and see where we can meet the biggest needs for our families. So please, if you can come out that evening, it's going to be a Thursday evening, I believe, on February 29th. Thanks.
I'll go next. My name is Esme Guevara. I'm a family support specialist with the FAST program with Tennessee Voices. We are currently accepting referrals. The age range that we serve is 0 to 18 years. It is more for family and youth support, peer support. I will be sending or putting in the chat some flyers and the referral forms. Thank you.
Hello, I'm volunteer for homeless or soon to be homeless veterans. I just want to let everybody know their income eligibility limit is extremely high, which is 80% AMI right now. So, for instance, a single veteran in Washington County can make $3,300 a month and still be eligible. And we have funds. We can find some housing. That's another thing. We need landlords. Also, if anyone knows of someone looking for a job, we are in need of an intake coordinator. You can go on and find our website, BLAMed.org. And wanted to say, hey, thank you.
Anybody else have anything before we move on to our speaker?
I have one thing. So for those folks that were involved in the county health assessment process that we did here in Carter County, I am sharing a link in the chat. If you don't mind to take that brief survey, it's just about how we did as a Carter County collaborative group in that effort of compiling all that data and talking to folks in the county. So if you do have a second and you were part of that process, please take that survey. Thanks, y'all.
Anything else before we move on? All right, y'all. There are lots of good resources and flyers in the chat, so make sure that you check all of those out. And I will, at this point, turn it over to our speaker today. Layla Wright is going to share with us about some of the things that she's got going on in Carter County. So Layla, I'll turn it over to you.
Hey, really quick, I'm sorry, Tyler, that survey you sent out, is it supposed to say Mount Rogers Health District?
I just looked at it too,
Okay.
and my central office people sent me the wrong county. So disregard that. I will get us a new one for the next meeting. Sorry, y'all.
Okay, sorry about that interruption.
No.
Hi everyone. I haven't done Zoom on my laptop in quite a while, so hopefully everyone can hear my audio. I'm Layla Wright, and I am from Carter County as well. Been in the recovery community for quite a while. Actually, today I'm celebrating 19 years of sobriety. So I appreciate the opportunity to come on and share with you something that I'm very passionate about, which is auricular acupuncture, also known as AcuDetox. And will I be able to, share my screen here so everyone can see the PowerPoint. And I'm going to click over to slides. Can everybody see that?
Yes.
Okay, thanks. Okay, I'm going to explain to you today what is AcuDetox, the NADA protocol. So, it's the National Acupuncture Detoxification Association is an ear acupuncture protocol for recovery. And NADA is a not-for-profit training and advocacy organization. The NADA protocol is a non-verbal approach to healing. AcuDetox involves the gentle placement of 5 small sterilized disposable needles into specific sites on the ear. It can easily be established within behavioral health, addictions, or disaster relief settings, or in any location that a group of people can sit together. Recipients sit quietly in a group setting for 30 to 45 minutes, allowing the treatment to take effect. AccuDetox is an adjunct therapy which is clinically effective, cost-efficient, drug-free, and compatible cross-culturally. And a lot of these photos are taken from my trainer is in the Nashville area, and she does a lot of outreach here. I have just got my Tennessee certification, so I'm just starting a couple months in, but I have been certified since 2014 in the Charleston, South Carolina area, giving treatments there. Okay. The combined application of AccuDetox with counseling, education, medical support, and self-help groups such as AA and NA enhances opportunities for success. So the benefits for AccuDetox: reduce cravings for alcohol and drugs, including nicotine, minimize withdrawal symptoms, increase calmness, better sleep, and less agitation. Release from stress and emotional trauma, an easier connection with counseling, a discovery of inner quiet and strength. The history of the NADA protocol actually began in New York at the Lincoln Hospital in the 1970s during the raging heroin epidemic. It was established in response to community needs, activism. Initially, methadone was used to detox clients from heroin, and they started using this protocol and found it to be very effective. By 1974, acupuncture had been introduced and became an integral service in the clinic. The program was created in the community-based self-help model as a result of community activist response to the drug problem and lack of services available. Michael Smith was the founder, and he says acupuncture is more accessible to drug courts than methadone and other pharmacological interventions. And I actually met Michael Smith. He came to an event that I had hosted several years ago, a fundraiser for women in recovery. And he came down from New York and did a community group of acupuncture, and that's initially how I became introduced back in 2011. So it's based on traditional Chinese medicine. You want to think of your ear as a microcosm for the whole body, and even like think of your earlobe as like a little baby head, and the body wraps around, and so you have all these organs inside that are corresponding to emotional actually detox placements. Your liver, kidney, and lungs are specifically the ones that we treat for this. So the 5 points in your ear, we always use the same points. The first one is your sympathetic, the second one, Shin Min, third, kidney, fourth, liver, and fifth is your lungs. So now I'll go into explain to you what each point provides. The first one is balances your sympathetic nervous system, where your fight or flight response helps to relax your organs, dilates blood vessels, calms the spirit, and promotes serenity. Second one is your Shin Min, also known as the spirit gate, the eye of the fish, and I like to call it the love channel. So it opens you up to give and receive love there in the Shin Min. It's where we hold our chi, which is the spirit energy that flows throughout our bodies, calms the mind, relieves anxiety, depression, insomnia, and restlessness, and opens your heart, promotes receptivity. So that's a great one for the month of February. All right, kidney. This one is involved with purification associated with growth, development, courage, intelligence. Also, we hold fear in our kidneys, and we just helps to open up some of those blockages, supports willpower and intention. Your liver is also most known for anger, where we hold anger, but this supports detoxification in blood, purification, energetically related to emotional balance, relieves anger, frustration, relieves muscle cramps, balances digestion, promotes confidence, clear decisions, and insights. The fifth point, lung, mostly associated with sadness, supports detoxification, immune protection, respiration, energetically associated with grief, loss, and letting go. Promotes inspiration, integrity, and a sense of connectedness. So integration and sustainability. Originally discovered and developed as an adjunct for acute opiate withdrawal, AccuDetox has proven to be an effective tool across various addictions, both substance and behavioral type addictions across different client populations and across the continuum of care. So you can do AccuDetox anywhere. A lot of free clinics are just set up outside. All you need is, some chairs and just a place to have this sterile, to have your needles sterile. So you can see it's effective across addictive substances, effective throughout treatment recovery, consistent and safe, non-addictive, and no contraindications or adverse reactions. It's a non-verbal, non-diagnostic, and non-performance. It treats the whole person, just as addiction impairs the whole person, balancing and not syndrome dependent. Elicits immediate and long-term effects. Okay, this improves treatment, relationships, engages client in treatment even if they aren't ready for a verbal interaction, helps develop meditation. It's simple, flexible, and inexpensive. The cost of service equals about 30 to 50 cents per treatment. Clinics are easily to set up, can be done by staff members, and the state of Tennessee, non-acupuncturists can be licensed through the medical board as an ADS. And so I am licensed through the Tennessee Board of Medical Examiners, and I had to get approval through the acupuncture board as well. So I'm licensed, got my insurance, and I've been doing treatments. I've been doing community groups on Wednesdays in Elizabethton at the Essence Day Spa, but I'm looking for other opportunities to do community groups. AccuDetox can be seen as physical intervention on a level that addresses the core issue of the disease of addiction. And that's the last slide on that, but real quickly, I'm going to pull up the NADA website is, let's see, is it accudetox.com, but this website will tell you anything you need to know about it. If people don't want the needles, I actually have ear beads or ear seeds that can be used also on children, teenagers. It's good for the treatment of ADHD. But you can see here the international programs. NADA is found in all of these countries. And then specifically to the US, you can find how many is in your state. I'm the only ADS in East Tennessee that I'm aware of. My trainer is out of Nashville. But this treatment is a good partnership with drug and alcohol behavioral health. And a few years ago, I actually hosted a training and had some of our more well-known addiction doctors actually participated in the training, but none of them implemented it as far as the long-term component. So my goal is to really start educating the community and how simple and effective this holistic approach is. And in fact, it's billable by insurance. So, it could be a free treatment for people who are in recovery. And we know that we are still in the opioid epidemic. So let's see, what else can I tell you? Just personally, I can do it to myself. There's a sleep mix tea that we give at the end of every treatment. So it's a tea that's specifically designed to enhance the, what the needle started and just provide relaxation. So I always give that at the end of my treatments. And if you all have any opportunity that you'd like me to come and offer, or if anyone wants to try it, just send me a RSVP for Monday or for Wednesday at 3 o'clock. And that's at the Essence Day Spot in Elizabethton. Right now, I'm just doing a $15 donation. I can certainly work with people who are on a sliding scale and happy to provide that service, even, for someone that has a barrier financially. So that is my quick PowerPoint. I know that Cornerstone in Knoxville, they were using it as part of their treatment with their 12-step program. But I'm hoping to just partner with others in the community that learn about this treatment and come to believe that it is very effective. So thanks, Jillian, for having me on, and I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Layla. Any questions for her before we move on?
I have a question. How would this be done on clients that have like piercings?
Okay. Piercings, as long as they're not in those points that we use, we can work around them.
Layla, this is Tony DeLucia. Fantastic presentation. I'm wondering how many of you are there across the United States and maybe, our continent, because when you look at population health, this seems like a great intervention point because it gets at whole health as compared to a lot of treatment, other kinds of treatments, like more toxic kinds of I'm a toxicologist. I just don't see anything that could be bad with this. I'd do it if I had a need.
Well, the thing about it is we've all been through COVID, so we all have that trauma and can benefit from this protocol. As far as other ADSs, we did host a training recently, so I know there is another one with Scott Fitzgerald. He's an acupuncturist in Kingsport, and Rain actually got trained under him. The great thing about an ADS is that it's very affordable. $15 a treatment compared to going to an acupuncturist is $75 for one treatment. So, I'm hoping to spread the word and have other people to buy into it. But there is a problem with Tennessee. You have to have a supervising physician, and that can be a barrier to other people becoming trainers. Actually, Dr. Ha is my supervising acupuncturist. So it's just a matter of finding, other people that buy in and believe. And for acupuncturists to know that we are not in competition against them, we work with a very specific population. We only do the 5 needles, and I got trained in over a weekend. So, thank you for your interest. I'll be happy to forward you the resources that I have. And actually, I think someone was doing these at the VA for veterans. It's very specific for PTSD. So I'm happy to share with you the resources I have as far as how many across the United States. I will get that number for you.
I'm typing in to frankly Nunley's question, and like I'm sure it works because it gets at the root, like parasympathetic, sympathetic balance with a lot of the target points that you're talking about. What I was going to ask you also is mind connections with this. Can we really drill down on how this impacts up here? Have they done any studies with electrical waves and stuff like that that basically would show that some of the disturbed pathways are rectified?
I know that they've done numerous studies as far as behavioral, and I don't know if they've used any kind of electrodes that that measured the brain waves. But on the NADA website, Dr. Michael Smith, there's a lot of research done, and they did a lot of work with pregnant women as well. It was very effective for pregnant women. And actually, my trainer in Nashville, Vanderbilt, is doing the ear magnets on the pregnant women instead of the needles, and they're doing like a little research to see how effective that is.
So assuming like Vanderbilt's involved, they would want to get some research out of it. And I was wondering about research approval involving human subjects, because it's kind of like, we still have to look at what's the risk, what's the benefit? Are you looking universally? So we look at diversity, equity, inclusion for a lot of things before we approve a research, a treatment. I mean, this is an alternative. So they call it alternative medicine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I will work on that. I know Dr. Kenneth Carter, he's out of North Carolina. He's the president of NADA now, and I actually trained under him. But he's a psychiatrist, and he uses this daily within his practice. The barrier has really been within the addiction community is everyone gets referred. From my perspective, everyone gets referred to the Suboxone clinic, and they just want to write a script rather than introducing something that is billable by insurance, and it's something that doesn't require medication. And it's just, educating people on that and finding the buy-in for that. So that's why we're all here, to raise awareness.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else for Layla before we move on?
Just for some clarification, Layla, did you say this was also effective for nicotine cessation as well, for quitting smoking, or is it just the opioid and drug crisis that we're going through for that kind of addiction treatment?
This is effective for nicotine. It's effective for weight loss, also ADHD in children, anxiety, depression, all of those points that are related to detox and on the emotional level, uh, anger, sadness, and fear are all relevant. So yeah, it can work in all those areas.
Hey, I have a question. How many treatments before a person sees results?
You can really see results from the very first treatment. When I had my very first treatment, I noticed, immediately just being calmer and less like fast paced thinking. I tend to go hard and fast, and so I also noticed that I slept better the first night of treatment.
Thank you.
Layla, there is a question in the chat that says, does this type of treatment assist with trauma too?
Oh yes, definitely. They are using these treatments. They've set up clinics during national disasters like Katrina and 9/11. Like they had acupuncture. This type of acupuncture is very effective for any kind of disaster relief or trauma that someone's experienced. And let me add one thing on when I lived in Charleston, South Carolina. I worked for a doctor that did the ketamine, which is I think newer form of treatment. There is one in Johnson City. I forget what it's called. But anyway, so acupuncture can be compatible, for any kind of, if people want to do Suboxone, and that's how they're getting sober. I'm not saying, there's only one way. I'm saying this is complementary to any treatment, counseling, 12-step, and other medications. I understand people have to take medications, and I'm not saying don't take medication. That's between you and your doctor. But this treatment is, it's an effective, easy way to access. I think you're muted, Dr. DeLucia. Oh. Dr. DeLucia, are you sharing? Because you're on mute.
I thought I was on. So does your doctor know about this? Are they willing to negotiate with you how this would be in your better advantageous in your well-being? I just wonder, if we're missing golden opportunities to involve you, like in medical education.
The doctor that I worked for in Charleston, he was on board with this, and so he allowed me to do the treatments in correspondence with what he was providing through the ketamine. Here in Johnson City, I know that the Catalyst, they had trained someone for this, but for whatever reason, it didn't stay as a long-term part of their program. So I worked for Frontier Health for 3 years, so I'm very familiar with behavioral health. It's just getting that buy-in and talking to the right people and letting them know that there's a billable code. Because it's, it does have a cost, but I think it is a great golden opportunity. And I've been trying to bring this message since 2014 when I first got licensed, and then I moved out of the area, so I had to get my South Carolina ADS, and I moved back to Tennessee 3 years ago. But I just got my Tennessee board approval about 3 months ago. So just trying to take the lead and educating the community.
I need to get a new edition of this book, which is like this big, Principles of Addiction Medicine, but this is the second edition, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4 pages addressing alternative medicine and specifically mentioning acupuncture. So I think they're getting down in the weeds of, some of the stuff we're talking about.
It's in the DSMB, yes. So I'm glad you're here, Dr. DeLucia, because you have ability to influence, the medical side of things.
For the time being.
Layla, would you also put your contact info in the chat again?
Yes.
Somebody asked for that too.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing. Yeah, appreciate you being here and appreciate the work you're doing in Carter County. Okay, I'm going to ask each of our committee chairs now to share a little bit about what their committee is going to work on today. So as y'all know, we have 3 committees, and each of them is doing different things, focusing on different things. So I'm going to ask each of our committee chairs to share just a little bit about what your committee will be doing today, and then we will open up the breakout rooms and y'all can go work in your committees. So whoever wants to go first.
Hey, this is Tia with Committee A. So today we're going to be talking about the Day of Hope event and seeing what all we need to do for that, and then any other events that we need to support in the area for recovery and prevention.
This is Emily with Committee C. We're just going to go over our goals and objectives for this year on our strategic plan, and we have, I believe, a guest that's going to be speaking to us about a potential project that Tyler has invited. So that's what we'll be doing in Committee C.
I'm not the chair for Committee B, but Gabby cannot be here today to report out. However, Committee B still should be meeting under Gladys's leadership today. Gladys, are you on? Okay, I guess
Hey,
not.
Tyler, I am on today, but I never got a follow-up about the meeting today that I was leading. So I thought you were leading today.
Okay. We'll just say that Committee B won't meet for this meeting. Does that sound okay?
Sounds good to me. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and open up the 2 breakout rooms. When y'all are finished with your committee meetings, you're free to go. And we're grateful that you are here, and we'll see you next month.